Welcome. Today I'm going to be doing an episode analysing the new trailer in the Switch reveal for Breath of the Wild. This is just one of many little mini episodes I'll be doing, so let's get started. It shows lots of enemies popping out in front, appearing in front of a big skull. The area around is all purple, so it may be near the Hyrule Castle, where it's all a wasteland and it's all purpley. And the enemies there are Bokoblin, Lizardfoss and Moblin. Now, in the next scene, it shows Link inside a cave of some sort, running away from a guardian. Due to a wooden object in the left, I think this cave may actually be inside one of the big skulls you find around the world, because it's very inhabited and may have wooden stuff in them, like lookout towers. And if it is one, then maybe it's the one behind the enemies which we saw in the previous picture, and it's a trap and you go in, the guardian gets you, and the enemies spawn outside to stop you escaping. Then in the next scene shows Link facing off with Pt2, but it's outside the Great Plateau. So maybe once you leave the Great Plateau, boss enemies over there become common enemies. And well, it would make sense because you get tons of guardians running amok across the world outside the Great Plateau, yet in the Great Plateau guardians were bosses. Then the next scene, it shows Link fighting what looks like Mulgara from Wind Waker or Twin Mold from Majora's Mask, so it's some sort of Moldorm enemy, and maybe because you get a Moldorm enemy in the game, there'll be mini Moldorms in the game too, but they could not be in the game because in Majora's Mask and Wind Waker you didn't get mini Moldorms. Then, the next scene, it shows Link jumping across some cryonis ice blocks towards looks like a giant skeleton sort of thing. And maybe this is from a same body as the skeleton which you get them giant skulls from, like what you saw some enemies outside earlier. And also out to the right of the picture it shows some sort of purpley icy liquid covering part of it, so maybe the purpley part is under Calamity Ganon's influence and it's slowly spreading. Then next scene shows Link on a rocky bridge bit, slowly walking towards a Lizardfoss that is breathing fire at him. First, what this suggests that there is fireproof armour in the game, but secondly, it shows that you get fire Lizardfoss as well as electric Lizardfoss. From this, I wouldn't be surprised to see ice Lizardfoss. Also, due to the amount of lava, I think this place may be inside Death Mountain, and the fact that he survived the fire could mean you can either get fireproof shields or armour, or maybe both. Next scene shows Link dodging a blow from a big Cyclops enemy of a club, and the Cyclops enemy I predicted to be a Hinox in a previous video. Still believe him to be Hinox, however this one isn't the same one from the first Switch trailer where I predicted it. This is because it doesn't have that big round Sheikah object around its neck, which in another video we find out to actually just be used in shrines and not that important. Then, in the next scene it shows Link fighting a tall warrior dressed in red that's wearing a mask with a Sheikah symbol. Well, or so you'd think. I don't actually believe it to be a mask. I think that would be the enemy's face. And this is because, next part of that scene, it shows the enemy clashing swords with Link and blue energy comes out. So I believe this to mean that the enemy is actually some sort of Sheikah robot, because Sheikah electric energy stuff is blue coloured. And that would mean that they're not wearing a mask, but they've just got a face which has the Sheikah symbol on it. So we could potentially have a new enemy in the shrines here, or it could just be Link battling with a Sheikah person for sword practice, or testing in a shrine. Now, the next scene shows Link on the Great Plateau using magnesis and a boulder to kill two Bokoblins. Nothing new here, really. That next scene shows Link in a desert fighting a bunch of angry Lizardfoss which are outside a big skull again. In it, some of them are green, some of them are red. There are also some purple ones. So there are at least 3 varieties of Lizardfoss here. The green ones are electric, the red ones are fire, so what are the purple ones? Well, I think they might be cursed Lizardfoss, like in Skyward Sword, considering that they're actually purple, so they may breathe purple stuff like the cursed Lizardfoss in Skyward Sword. Now, in the next scene, it shows Link walking up to a big Sheikah object, and this part is pretty important. It will be important to another theory, which I'm going to do at some point soon. It shows Link placing his Sheikah slate over the pedestal next to the big object, and then it skips straight to the next scene, showing one of them pillars outside Hyrule Castle. Now, because of this, I believe that there have been other theories saying that each pillar outside Hyrule Castle is related to 4 dungeons, which are also meant to be apparently going to be in the game. So I believe that what people have said before is true, and that actually that scene showed Link in the end of a dungeon. He's completed the boss when he puts his Sheik Slate on something, does something to a tower, helps him somehow in the game, maybe helps contain Calamity Ganon. Then, after that, it moves on to show more of Hyrule Castle, and you can see a clear resemblance to a castle from Twilight Princess, which would help with the fact that I theorised Breath of the Wild is in the child timeline, in the video analysing life in the ruins due to the water fountain in Hyrule Castle town. Then it zooms in to a close-up look of Calamity Ganon, which is good for a photo, but there isn't much here we haven't already seen, except it's just higher quality really. Then it goes to show 3 meteorites and not being shot off Hyrule Castle, well, they're close to you anyway, and it just let off into the wastelands that surround it, making them even more dangerous and like wastelands. And now it shows a town with lots of windmills in it and some people. And actually I've worked out where this town is, because if you look at the top towards the left, you can see a building with a chimney. Now this building can be seen from a lake in the E3 trailer from last year, so if you can find that lake, then you can find this town hidden away behind the big lake. Then it goes on to show a Gerudo town. I know it's a Gerudo one because of the symbol above the entrance, which is the Gerudo symbol. The town appears to be an oasis in the middle of the desert with the only source of water around, because you can see the water coming off like 3 big rock stacks, which have the main building underneath them, and then the water goes across and flows throughout lots of paths across the town. So it's obviously like the only safe area to stay, because otherwise you are out of water. And you see what appears to be a slope on a snowy mountain. Now, you think it's on the snowy mountain we've seen before in the top left of the map, but I don't think so. I believe the slope to be on Death Mountain actually. Yes, the snow and Death Mountain's all hot and fiery, but at the top of the mountain you can see smoke coming out just like Death Mountain. And the cliffs either side of the slope don't have snow on them, only the slope has snow. So maybe this is a side of the mountain that's a bit safe from the lava. If so, then Link could use it to fast travel down the mountain via shield surfing. Not up, but down it. Once you've got to the top, once he's done, he can just slide down. But if he did do that, he'd have to watch out for the charred tree trunks and rocks, which are in the way. Then, next shot shows the ruined Hyrule Castle town waterfall, like the same one as Life in the Ruins, except here it's stormy and there's a guardian patrolling the area. So if you do head there, then you'll want to watch out for the guardian. Then next scene shows Link on a boat heading towards the mainland, so this suggests he's returning from some sea voyage. If he is, then maybe you'll have to use a raft like that for sea travel, because many can be found throughout the world. Well, that's the end of the trailer analysis for now. So, if you're not subscribed, subscribe for more of this sort of thing. If you are, then not too long and I'll be doing more analysis.